Israel reveals $70 billion loss in war against Hamas. The conflict between Israel and Hamas is projected to result in significant economic losses for Israel, totaling $53 billion United States dollars, according to a report released by the Israel Central Bank on Monday, November 27, 2023. Although the military engagement has paused since the ceasefire took effect on Friday, the Israeli military is expected to resume operations in Gaza this week. The Israel Central Bank stated that direct military expenditures are estimated to reach $29 billion United States dollars out of the total $53 billion United States dollars. This figure includes military aid provided by the United States. Compensation for damages is projected to be $6 billion United States dollars, while other civilian expenses are expected to amount to $6.75 billion United States dollars. The remainder will be accounted for by the loss of government tax revenue and interest on debt. The bank also warned that the war would impede Israel's economic growth. The growth rate is anticipated to remain at 2% until the end of the current year, and is expected to decrease to 2% by 2024, down from the previous projections of 2.3% and 2.8%, respectively. The conflict is predicted to result in approximately a 3% reduction in Israel's GDP by the end of 2024, with potential business and educational closures during periods of hostilities. On October 7, Hamas fighters launched a sudden barrage of rockets and missiles at Israeli cities before invading the Gaza-Israel border and occupying Israeli towns and settlements nearby. In response, Israel initiated a highly intensive air bombing campaign, followed by a ground invasion into the Palestinian enclave towards the end of the month. A total of 16,000 Palestinian civilians lost their lives due to Israel's brutal attacks, with over 1,200 casualties reported in Israel. The ceasefire, which commenced on Friday, was extended for 48 hours on Monday to facilitate the exchange of hostages between Israel and Gaza, involving Palestinian detainees, some held without charges in Israeli prisons. To date, Hamas has released 40 hostages out of approximately 240 in exchange for 117 Palestinian detainees. Israeli officials have indicated the possibility of extending the ceasefire for every additional 10 hostages released. However, Defense Minister Yoav Gallant stated on Monday that IDF operations would resume once the ceasefire concluded and would persist until Hamas is dismantled, despite costing Israel around $270 million United States dollars per day and causing a reduction in the country's GDP. The impact on Gaza's fragile economy is far more significant. Nearly half of the buildings in the Gaza Strip have been destroyed, and nearly 400,000 jobs have been lost, with poverty expected to increase by almost 45%. If the conflict persists until December, the UN Development Programme warned earlier this month that the war would set back development in Gaza by 16 to 19 years.